Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Heart. Today I'm going to show you how to cook the queen of all steaks, which is called the Wagyu Marbling Score 9, which is also known as Wagyu Picanha. So let's do it.
I've been in the kitchen, whipping. I've been chefing, mix it with my left. Water whipping and I'm stirring. Y'all want beef and I'ma serve it. Water whipping and I'm stirring. Y'all want beef and I'ma serve it. I stir it. I hit the pot with the spatula. I mix it, I whip it so good you would think I'm a natural. Water whipping and I'm stirring. Y'all want beef and I'ma serve it. Y'all want beef and I'ma serve it. Y'all want beef and I'ma, you could catch me at the stove. I was whipping up a bowl. I just came back from the stove. 5-star restaurant at home. I just dumped out that whole packet. Add the powder, let it simmer. I was whipping. Should be done about 10 minutes.
So now it's time to remove the steak from the bag. And the first thing you gotta do, if you wanna do this clean without using your hands, you have to take out some tongs. Make sure they're like this so they can reach in carefully. Go into the bag and get out the beef. And as soon as I take it out of the bag, I mean, look at the marbling. Come on. I mean, like, this is the most beautiful piece of meat I've ever seen in my entire life. And the fat, it's not like any kind of fat in a steak. As soon as you take a bit of fat from the picanha, it melts in your hand. That's how incredible the texture of the fat is. Before we do anything, we're gonna let the steak rest for 10 minutes to get up to room temperature. So now it is time to season our Wagyu Picanha. So here we have some salt, some freshly ground black pepper, and finally season with garlic powder. And I know you're probably thinking, oh my God, Cyrus only seasoned one side? No. I'm gonna season both sides of the picanha with the same seasoning I normally use. Salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So now I'm gonna flip it, and as you can see, the marbling looks incredible. So again, put in some salt. Make sure you season all over the steak. Right there. Some freshly ground black pepper. And some garlic powder. And then you rub. Next, I'm going to fill up the cast iron pan with olive oil. What I mean by fill up is drizzle with a little bit of oil. So let's do it. All right, what I'm gonna do is put the gas on high heat, and then I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil. Next, all you're gonna do is just shake it around the pan to make sure the pan is evenly coated with olive oil. Why do I put olive oil into the pan? Well, it helps give the steak a nice crust. And the words of Guga Foods, no crust, no good. But I totally agree with him because, you know, the crust coming from the Maillard reaction adds a lot of flavor to the steak. But if you're wondering where Maillard reaction comes from, it comes from the pan. When you get a really, really high heat with a pan and you're cooking steak or any type of protein, you get that beautiful Maillard reaction. So all I'm gonna do is let the pan get hotter and hotter and hotter. But if I put in the steak and the pan doesn't sizzle, do not put it in. And one final tip. Put in the steak when the pan starts to sizzle. So now let's test to see if the cooking process is ready to start. Into the pan and lay away from you so you don't burn. Now, all we're gonna do is cook this picanha on one side for 3 minutes to form a nice crust called Maillard reaction. Like I said, Maillard reaction comes from the pan when you're cooking any type of protein, and it produces a ton of flavor to your dish. It's ready to flip. Wow, look at that crust. That looks beautiful. That looks really, really beautiful. I mean, come on. That is the beauty of Maillard reaction. It gives it a very, very, very nice crust. So now I'm gonna sear the fat on all sides of the steak for 20 seconds. Now, look at the color of that after I rendered the fat for 20 seconds on all sides of the steak. I mean, come on, look at that. That is just amazing. So I'm gonna place it back into the pan on low heat. Now you're probably wondering why we're putting it on low heat, so that we will be able to baste it with garlic, butter, thyme, and rosemary. So let's do it. All right, everybody, here I have the queen of all queens, the Wagyu picanha. I'm gonna give it the taste test, and I hope this works out. And as soon as I tried it, it is a very wonderful steak. The flavor developed by the garlic, the butter, the thyme, and the rosemary is amazing. To say that it isn't juicy is an understatement. It is literally mouth-watering, and it was so delicious that I ended up cooking 3 more after this. Everyone wanted more and more. This is an amazing steak, and I don't think there's anyone in the world who would not like this. I declare from now on, the king of all steaks is the picanha. Nothing is better than a picanha. You name it, ribeye, New York strip, tenderloin, I don't care what it is. It cannot be a picanha. I mean, just look at this. I mean, come on. All right, everyone, that's gonna do it for today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, click subscribe, turn on all notifications, and get cooking.